Hey everybody, Kendra here. So boundaries are not what someone else needs to do in order to make you feel good. Boundaries are what you are going to do if someone crosses a limit that you've put up. Okay? Example, you give your keys to your parents and you say, here's an extra set of keys to my house. And then you realize that they're coming over whenever they want. They're not asking, they're not knocking, they're just entering. They're not calling and saying, hey, can I come over? And then waiting for you to give them permission. They're not doing any of that. So there need to be boundaries around all of that. That is complete invasion of privacy. So you can say, I need you to text me and call me and ask me if you can come over. Not text me and call me when you're coming over. Ask me if you can, and I will tell you yes or no. Okay? You may not enter my house without asking me if you can enter my house. And that means you need to call or text me before you come over, see if I say yes or no. And then let's say they say yes, but then later they backtrack. Then you say, okay, I've already told you that XYZ, I need my keys back. And you take your keys back. And they're gonna throw a fit or whatever, and you're gonna feel really shitty and guilty, whatever, okay? You'll get over it. Get a therapist, work with it on your therapist. So if they continue to come over whenever you are not wanting them to come over, you can tell them, I'm gonna need you to leave. You did not ask me if you could come over. I'm doing something else. I don't have time to visit with you right now. Later on, we can call and text each other and let me know when a time and day that would work for both of us, and you can come over and visit. That's a way to set boundaries, right? And it's gonna feel bad, but what happens with boundaries is you create more connection. Because what you're doing is you're weeding people out of your life or pushing them out of certain areas in your life that say, you know what, I need my space. This is for me. I am not going to abandon myself, and you need to respect me. And this is how you create that respect, because either people will leave your life because they're not able to trample all over you anymore and get what they want, or they're going to start respecting you, which creates more connection. Or it's going to be in the middle. They're a family member and they're not going to leave your life, but they're not really out of your life. So you're going to have to figure out a different way to function with that person. But knowing that if you put a boundary up and someone gets mad at you, they're going to get hurt, right? They might get sad and hurt at the beginning. But then if they come back around and start kind of realizing like, oh, okay, this is fine. This is connection. It's healthy. Then you're both creating a sense of, well, wait, I can tell you when I'm upset. I can be upset in front of you. I can be happy in front of you. Maybe I can even be vulnerable with you, right? Tell you things that make me feel bad, about things that make me feel bad. Whereas before it's more people pleasing. It's more fawning, okay? And those are abandoning parts of yourself so that you're appeasing somebody else. That's a survival response. But you're an adult, and if you're not in an abusive situation, then there's nothing to be scared of. And you just have to learn how to work with these triggers and trauma responses, specifically with a trauma-trained counselor or professional. So learning about this is important. Doing this is important, and being clear and kind with your boundaries. So you're going to want to be angry. Some people want to be angry, right? And be really mean and curse and raise their voice and, this is my boundary, blah, blah. Like, you don't want to do that. You can be clear and kind with boundaries, and you should be clear and kind with boundaries, because what you don't want to do is create more tension, stress, and de-stress in that boundary creating with somebody, because you're hurting them, like you're being verbally abusive to that person, or emotionally or mentally abusive to that person in some way, because you're trying to create a boundary and you don't feel good about it, right? So we don't want that. We want it to be clear and kind. Okay, so there's a great book called The Dance of Anger by Harriet Lerner. There is a lady on Instagram that has boundary little drawings. I will link those below I was just trying to think of what they were on my resources, but I'll link those below. Yeah, and start learning about it and working on it. Start small at first, by the way. Don't start with your parents. Start like with a waiter. Someone gets your order wrong. Okay? All right. Okay, bye. Have a good day. If you value the content I create, please like, subscribe, and share.